Yo, Devy Junkies. Brandon here from the Devy Deep Dive Podcast. Thanks for tuning into this film study. Super excited to talk about one of my favorite wide receivers in the upcoming class, junior Alabama wide receiver Jamison Williams. I'm sure you've heard about him, but today we're going to break down his film. We're going to take a little sneak peek at his metrics. But this is a player that has just been rising up my Devy ranks over the last month. I've recorded tons of film. I got a full mid-season film on this YouTube channel of just all his receptions and carries for the season. So check that out. But if you want a film breakdown, we're going to be breaking it down today. We're going to be looking at his traits a little bit more closely. Super excited. So why do I like Jamison Williams? I think he just has that it factor when you watch him on the field. I mean, it's all about space creation for me, for wide receivers. I think he creates space, short term, intermediate, and all over the field. He's a vertical threat, as we're going to see here. So you can see the stats, up here on the screen. Right now, all these stats that you see on this screen right now are all through week 12. It is the day after Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. No better way that I want to spend my day off after Thanksgiving than making a film of one of my favorite receivers. But Jamison Williams, I think, has it all, and I think he's going to be a great dynasty asset for us. So currently right now, he's 7th in receiving yards in CFB. He's 2nd in TDs, and he's 10th all-purpose yards. So, I mean, the kid is being productive. So 6'2", 189 pounds. You look at him on the field, he's a little skinny. But don't let that mistake you. He's a big play threat, and he's really the same size as CD Lamb right now. Exactly the same measurables as CD Lamb, and we know how he has been successful playing for Dallas. But I'm super excited, man. So let's go through these 2021 stats. Again, these are through week 12. We have one more weekend of this weekend of regular season college ball. But as you can see, from 2019, 2020, he was an Ohio State recruit. He was a 4-star prospect, buried on that depth chart. We all know Ohio State always has great receivers. So we made the call last year and said, I'm going to Bama, and it was a great decision. And he has been just taken over, I think, is the wide receiver one on that Alabama offense. So, John Mechie was supposed to be the guy, another productive player. We did a film study on him on this YouTube channel, so go check that out as well. But, through, like I said, week 12, he's got 59 receptions, 1,218 yards, 20.6 average. So he is a vertical deep threat, an explosive player, 13 TDs, and his longest play was 94. He's got a lot of long plays over 50 yards. I think he's almost first or second in the SEC for big-time plays. So market share, let's talk about his market share. Receiving 32.1%, offense 22%, and touchdowns as well as 22%. He's got a completion percentage of 67%, which he did have some drops. In PFF stats, he had six or seven drops this year, so that's probably something he's going to need to, clean up. But nonetheless, but what I really am impressed with is his yak per reception at 9.3. That's relatively explosive, and that kind of tells you that he has the ability to run with the ball after. And we're going to take a look at some of that today. You're going to see this film. You're going to see his yak ability. It's something that we're going to really take a look at. So his snaps, he plays 73% out wide. He's set 27%. Through the slot. So he's a versatile player, right? He's going to play mainly outside, but he'll have the ability. He was set up with wide receiver screens and all sorts of stuff. So they were trying to get him all over the field. He's an explosive player. So, some notes here that I want to just kind of point out is he's a special teams contributor. I think that's a huge plus in NFL draft capital, right? He's going to get on the field. He's going to be on the roster nonetheless, but he is going to be possibly a punt and kick returner for the team as well. And he's been very successful at Alabama doing that. So he's got that on film, which is great. It's just another feather in his cap as he goes to the NFL. I think he's just a big, explosive player. I have that in the notes here, and he's an excellent run blocker. I've been watching a lot of film on Brian Robinson Jr. as well. This kid will get his hands dirty. That's just another feather in his cap. He takes his blocking seriously. You can see that on the film. We're not going to really look at that in detail today, but I can assure you, if you watch any kind of Brian Robinson film, or Jace McClellan or any of those other players, you're going to see Williams out there giving it his all, blocking down the field. So that's just, again, another, he's just a well-rounded wide receiver. Now, the one knock on him that a lot of people on Twitter, when I talk about how much I like Jamison Williams, people keep coming back to me talking about his, well, he couldn't make it at Ohio State and all that. I don't know. I'm not putting a lot of stock in that right now. Ohio State had all those great receivers. We don't need to name them all. We all know who they are. But, we just couldn't get on the field, and shame on them for not realizing what they had in Jamison Williams. So I'm not going to get hung up on early production. I know a lot of analytic people are, not as high on Jamison Williams because of that non-early breakout. I'm not really going to worry about that. I'm going to worry about what I see his junior year on the field, separating from players and making explosive plays and simply dominating on the field. So just look at like Kadarius Toney, right? I mean, he didn't do much in Florida for those few years. And then last year, he blows up and he gets, the draft capital on the Giants. So, it can happen. Don't get too hung up on the early production. Jamison Williams can play. So before we get into his film, I want to kind of, we're going to go out to the West Coast and we're going to talk to Britt Sanders, part of my dashboard crew, and he's going to go over all his analytical profiles before we get into the film study.
Thanks for having me on, Brandon. I'm really excited to talk about Jamison Williams. There's quite a lot to like with him. First of all, the fact that he's only a junior in college right now. He's not this older guy. He transferred from Ohio State, as I'm sure you know. But what I like the most is he has got a dominator right now of 25.57%. If you add the weighted dominator, so you give more weight to yards over touchdowns, he's got a 26.32%. So he's eerily close to that 30% threshold of elite breakouts. He's not there yet, but he's very close. And then when you add on the fact that he's got 2.47 yards per team pass attempt, that just shows how efficient he is with the ball in his hands, being able to make people miss in space, which, if you look at his special team yards, he has 250 yards on a special team and 2 touchdowns. So the coaching staff clearly knows that he is dynamic in space, and they're trying to manipulate that for him. Now, when you compound that, he ran a 4.4 in high school. Assuming that he's at his current body weight of 190, I think what you can look for him to have is you're going to have a speed score around 104.3. All right. So anything above 95 for wide receivers is good. Speed isn't the end all and be all, but having the guy that's fast, having the guy that's efficient, and having the guy that's been productive, especially at a school like Alabama, is very important. It's also likely to help his draft capital, which, when we know with fantasy football, draft capital reigns supreme. Thank you guys for listening. Jamison Williams is someone I'm very interested in and someone that I don't intend to leave the second round of drafts without.
Awesome stuff, Britt. Really appreciate your analytical insight into Jamison Williams. Kind of confirms what we're going to see here on film, that he is a player worth really targeting in our upcoming rookie drafts. He's going to get the draft capital. So I appreciate that, my friend. All right, so let's get into the film. Release and route running is the first kind of trait we're going to take a look at. The name of the game for me is wide receiver space creation. We're going to try and look for as much press film as we can find, but all we have is what we got. And you're going to see here that I think Jamison Williams is a excellent space creator, a defensive manipulator. So let's get right to it. All right, so we're going to see him. We got the little circle here on him. You just kind of, I love the little hesitation early on, and then he sold the deep. We're going to get a replay here in a second. All right, so again, just watch how he kind of lulls this defender to sleep, and then right there, and then he takes off with the, the lower, he lowers the shoulder, lowers the head, looking like he's going vertical, and then he comes back and does basically a curl route and makes himself open. So he sold it. Nice stop, nice hip drop. Turns around, ball's right there. Thought that was an excellent play by Jamison Williams. All right, we're just going to look at his release and his route running, his footwork. Ooh, that looked good right there. I mean, just take a look what he does to this guy. Turn him around, space creator, right? We're going to see a, here a little closer. Again, I just love his footwork, his manipulation. He's got the DB turned inside. Nice hip drop, and then it's just too easy. It's too easy. Here he is at the top of the screen. Kind of goes out of the play here, but you can see kind of, again, another comeback route. Let's see here, a little, again, he's selling the vertical, lowers the head. Look at it, he's got the DB turned, looking the opposite way, And then again, really nice the way he comes back to the ball. He's just creating space, man. That's what I look for. So here he is. He's kind of at the, he's out of the screen here, but we're going to see a replay here. He scores a touchdown here on a great vertical 9 route, just going down the field. But again, you're going to see just the stop and go, boom, gets the guy off platform, boom, see ya. And then he's got the acceleration. So he's got that going for him too. Here's another play, again, just showcasing his ability. Again, you got to respect this dude's just long speed. He doesn't, people are respecting it, but again, then he has the ability to just kind of cut it short and pivot. Again, this is, I just thought, another really excellent touchdown. But you're just going to see here, again, the replay and just watch the footwork. It's here in the, right here, number 1. All right. And, again, you got to manipulate defenders, right? That's what it's all about. You got to manipulate defenders. They kind of let him go there. It was bad coverage, but again, it's all about, to me, it's all about the footwork. It's all about the defensive manipulation of the DB and what does he do pre-catch to take that defender off platform. That's what it's about. That's what it's about in the NFL to me is, guys who don't make it in the NFL, they don't create space in practice, I'm convinced. So again, he just really nice. The guy didn't follow him, so it was kind of broken play in the end. But again, looking at the footwork, right? So let's take a look at his ball skills and hands. Like I said earlier in the show, he did have a little bit of, ball security issues. He did have some drop passes. But again, just look at the body control here. The hands goes up, makes the grab. Again, you're going to see, some good yak here. He's, tough to bring down, fighting for every yard. I kind of love it. But again, I love the ability. He's positioned towards the inside of the field, towards the hashes, makes the adjustment, big throw, and again, turns right upfield. And he's a yak monster, has the ability to get extra yards every time he catches the ball. Okay, here he is. Let's see what he does on this particular play. This goes out of screen, but again, again, this isn't the cleanest catch you're going to see here. Here's a replay. Not the cleanest catch, but again, a hell of a grab. He just barely made it there, but he makes the catch, secures the ball. Again, just showing his ball skills and hands, that concentration, catching that ball in the back of the end zone, I thought was a very, very good play. All right, this was a great high point grab right here. You can see that. I mean, he goes up, grabs the ball, strong hands, guys, defenders. Then he gets hit again, still has the concentration, the strong hands to yank that ball, secure the ball, and make that catch. That is a hell of a grab in traffic, concentration. You know you're going to get the hit. Here he's at the top of the screen. Again, this is kind of showing his yak ability a little bit. Makes a really good catch there on the run. Doesn't stop, kind of goes back and catches that ball. Wasn't the best placed ball, but again, he made the adjustment, and then he's off to the races. See what he does on this play. Again, I just thought it was a really nice grab. What I liked about this play is when he actually caught the ball, he immediately secured it, brought it down to his body, makes the high point grab. He knows he's going to get hit, secures the ball. Thought that was a great, great grab. Here he's at the top of the screen. Again, nice cut. Let's look at that cut again. Again, he was, just coming across on a drag route, going across the line of scrimmage, showing a little bit of yak ability there. Here he's on the bottom of the screen. All right, he gets open, broken play. But again, it's all about the body adjustment and catch here on this particular play for me. I mean, again, he was, faced inside, made the nice catch, body control, kept his balance, and then off to the races. You ain't going to catch him, dude. You ain't going to catch him if he gets in the open field. So where is he at the top? He's at the top of the screen here. He's at the bottom of the screen right here. I don't have a circle on him on this particular play. Again, I'd like the catch in traffic, the way he comes back and catches the ball. All right, not the most secure catch, as you can see, not the cleanest catch. He kind of that was a little bit of a body catch, but again, secure the ball, strong hands, and move forward. So let's talk about his speed and yak ability. I think this kid has got the ability. He's a decent yak guy. I don't think he's elite in yak, but again, you see these kind of plays. They used him very often in these wide receiver screens. But he has got the fluidity. He's got the athleticism. He's got the toughness at the end of these plays. So again, I'm looking at both yak here and speed. But look, I mean, when he gets in the open field, you're not going to catch the dude. You're just not going to catch him. Again, a nice release, nice, pitter patter of the feet there. Gets him to, go lean outside. He goes inside. Nice play there. He's down at the bottom of the screen. Okay, this is just showing, again, his deep threat ability. Was he at the bottom of the screen on that one? Now, you know what? He was at the top. He's at the top of the screen here. Up here, again, not facing press coverage, but again, it's all about, his speed, like the ball tracking ability, and then you're just not going to catch him. And he's going to bring that elite speed to the NFL. I think he's got really, really good speed that's going to make him special, at the NFL level. Here's just another long bomb. This was probably the longest catch of his career, but you ain't going to catch him. You just ain't going to catch him. So he's a big play threat. Just love his long speed. You just ain't going to get to him. All right, this is, again, just kind of showing. We're going to go to the next play here. Again, he doesn't have faced a lot of press. I get it. But, it is, again, this segment of the film grind is really just showing his deep ball ability. And, again, he just has that explosive play, has got the ability to win short, intermediate, and long. And I think that's just going to, NFL teams are going to love that. Again, just another play when he made an adjustment, and his speed and stuff is just, he's just not going to get him. It's good stuff. Here's the top of the screen. I love making these films. I love cutting up these films for you guys, because I'm going to give you what my analysis is, but at the same time, you get to watch them yourself. You get to make your own opinion of Jamison Williams and what you think. I don't think there's a film grind as detailed as this one out there. But again, he's not facing any press. I get it. But this is about his ability to win big. Love his, his ability to stiff arm there, keeps going, fights for every yard. All right. And just he's just got that deep speed where guys just can't catch him when he gets I can't wait to see what his combine numbers are at the as far as his speed. And again, he just lulls that guy, kind of lulls him to sleep there a little bit. He did step out of bounds, which he was pretty disappointed with. But there he goes. You're not going to catch him. And again, he was used a lot in here, looking at his yak ability. And again, I mean, just this, I love his toughness. It's one thing I look for, too, in wide receivers is just toughness. I think that's another thing that some guys, when they get to the NFL, they just can't play with the big boys. So there you got it, man. That is my film grind on Jamison Williams. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel. If you want to get a film study like this on another player, let me know. Just put it in the show notes. But I appreciate you guys watching, and we're going to have so much content coming out on this YouTube channel. So again, like I said, please subscribe. We got all sorts of stuff coming, especially this offseason, getting you ready for your NFL rookie drafts. See ya.